everyone, and welcome back to Beaglington-On-Sea. Yes, hello everyone, and welcome back to Beaglington-On-Sea. It's the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day to all of those on the other side of the Atlantic. But here in Beaglington-On-Sea, it's muggy and less celebratory. But we've got some trains to run with a sort of American theme. I've got some Transcontinental stuff lined up for you. School's out, so you might hear some background noise from the children, but we're here with some trains. So I've got my blue Transcontinental train set up. I have my Triang CP Rail red Bobo switcher set up as well with some rolling stock, and I've got Thomas. He's the Backman Thomas, so made in America, and he's got a Airfix American style Caboose coach thing as well. And Alex at the desk is back with something to open after we run those trains. So let's get started. We've got the blue train, which I'm actually going to change over. Which one that is, that's that one, to the red knob, because it's a bit more powerful. There we go. Right. So, we can set off. Bit noisy. Thomas will be starting soon, and we'll get some footage of those trains running after I send the blue train back to picking its coaches. Right, 100 minutes of footage. Right, well, I'm going to stop that sending the station now. There we go. Thomas has reached. Thomas reached! Nicholas Hartler. Can't hit me over this. Right. Stop this train. And the station. There we go. That's as far as you can get in because, as you might have noticed, the platform is still too wide and is rubbing up against the wider Transcontinental stop, despite the fact that HO is supposed to be smaller than OO. So I'm going to have to trim down this platform over the summer, and then we won't have any of those problems, hopefully after that. So that's those run, and now it's time to hand over to our friend, the venerable Alex, at the desk. Yes, thank you, Alex. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the desk. You're here with me, Alex, at the desk. And I've been on eBay, and I've got some things to show you. So let's turn the camera around and have a look at what I've got this time. Right, we've got some things here from eBay. And I'm going to start with the boxed thing. So this is a 54171 HO scale Union Pacific caboose. So this is an Airfix model that is an American model. And I'll explain that in a minute. It says HO scale over the top because it's a HO scale model. So when Airfix launched their model railway range in 1976, they brought out a catalogue and they said they were going to do 3 train sets. They basically took 2 American train sets from Bachmann, put tension locks on them and released them. And they also did a Dr. X train set as well with a Class 31 and some Mark IIs and this tunnel accessory thing with like a lab inside it. But anyways, Christmas 1976 came around and they did a US passenger set. So I've got an exploding coach. It's kind of like a set with those kind of coaches and a 440. And then another American 440 set with 2, like, I think it was 2 American style freight wagons and a caboose. And then in 1977 you could start to get them individually, but anyways, so this is the Union Pacific liveried caboose, and in America they had a red caboose at the time, so there were 2 different ones. I don't know if this has ever been opened before with a random piece of card in the back, so maybe it has. But it's looking pretty good nick, because that's what, 1976, 1977, you're looking at 48 years old or something like that. It's very light. It's ridiculously light. And it looks more fragile than it is, I'd say. It's very interesting. What's written on the bottom? I believe that says Bachmann, Hong Kong. So there you go. It's an Airfix Bachmann. Yeah, so it's very basic. There are no glazing in the windows. There's no weight to it at all. You can probably disassemble this and add glazing to the inside of it. I don't want to break it though. Because obviously plastic might be a bit brittle because it's so old. It feels weird calling it that old, but it is nearly 50 years old. But it does look in like immaculate condition. The wheels look like they've been run a little bit, but they look in pretty good condition. So that's something, I guess. It's got all its handrails. It's got its brake handle here. A nice black stripe. It's got its chimney. So it's in very good condition and basically as new. So I paid the princely sum of £13.50 for this, which is not that bad, I don't think, for a boxed 50-year-old model in very good condition. So we'll have to see how that runs on the railway. So kind of pleased with that. That's a nice little purchase. But being HO scale, it is much smaller than a lot of the other stuff. So it'll be interesting seeing it run with stuff. But then if I run it with my HO diesel, it should be okay. And then the other thing that I bought is a bit of a mystery to me. I saw it, I recognised the name on it, and I thought, right, well, I've got to have that. And it was less than £10. It is P.T. Barnum's special advertising coach. And it's a bit faded, and the roof is a bit dirty. You know, could do with a bit of a clean. I don't want to damage this because this just appears to be a sticker that's planted on the side of this coach. And if you turn it underneath, it says Poacher made in Italy. But I do believe that it's something like Rivarossi and AHM had this coach. So I don't know the true beginnings of this coach or the range that it was in or why it exists. But it's got some nice detail underneath. It's got this planking and it's got these chains and things. But notably, it doesn't have any bogies, and I don't know what kind of bogies I'm supposed to get for it. So if anyone knows what kind of bogies this takes and where I can get some, that would be very helpful. There is, in fact, metal pieces here. I think they're metal. Yeah. Cross rods or whatever going across there. The verandas are, I believe, intact, and there is glazing in the end windows, which is completely and utterly pointless because there's nothing inside the coach, but still a nice touch. I can't see inside the coach to kind of figure out, you know, what's going on in there. I don't want to break it, but I also don't know how to fix the fix bogies onto it. So yeah, any additional information would be wonderful, thanks. But that's P.T. Barnum's special advertising coach, and I think that would look very cool with my Airfix exploding Wild West coach and this caboose in a train. But yeah, I saw it and I went, yeah, that looks up the old Beaglington Street, as it were. It's a little bit bent on the veranda there, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, that's what I bought. I don't really know what else to say about that, really. Hopefully I can get something to get that running. And the caboose is very nice. I'll have to see if I can get more of this Airfix Wild West stuff. I really need the 440, or like a Triumph Davy Crockett. That would be really cool. But for now, I'm happy with these purchases. So I'll hand back over to Alex and he can go run this caboose. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again another time. Yes, thank you, Alex. So I've set up some trains ready for the end of this episode. I've got my chassis system C&O 4301, was it Yugoslavia or something like that? It was made American diesel with some other rolling stock from the Transcontinental range with the new Union Pacific Airfix brake van at the end made by Bachmann. And then on the middle line, I've got Flying Scotsman, because Flying Scotsman went to America and nearly got stuck there and scrapped. So I've got that on some teaks, and then over on Mickwick Harbour, I have got Henry, which is the Bachmann Henry, obviously another thing from America. But I didn't want to miss out on some, British steel. So I've got that, and it's going to depart from the harbour with the Flying Kipper. So I'm going to run these trains now, and we will start with the chassis system diesel, which, as I was setting it up for the track, I found the rear bogie casing had dropped off a bit, and the wheels were kind of falling out. So I put that back together, and I think you can watch me put it back together in Alex at the Desk. I think there's an episode where Alex at the Desk opens and repairs that train. Can't remember exactly, but yes. So that's the chassis system diesel, and then we shall get the DCC fitted Scotsman running on DC away. Gently over the point. There we go. Always nice to see the Flying Scotsman. And then obviously we'll show you Henry coming up on midway. So it's time to get some footage of these planes. Well, it's time to stop those trains, so I'm going to stop the chasing meter there. Stop the flying Scotsman in the station so the passengers can get off. There you go. So, the Airfix couplings I found on the Union Pacific caboose, not that great. Same problem with the train that Thomas took down the branch is that the couplings don't really work with the tension lock couplings that I have on the Hornby things. So there was a lot of having to recouple and stuff, especially if I had to reverse things between shots. But they're very nice all the same. I don't know, maybe the couplings can be improved, but it's a very nice little caboose that I've got here. And obviously I've got the P.T. Barnum coach under there. And yes, if you have any information about what bogies I can get, if there's anything available to get this thing back on the rails, that would be excellent, because I could get it on the rails with my Airfix or American Clerestory thing. So that's all we've got time for. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely 4th of July, a lovely Friday, and I'll see you again for another video. Who knows when? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But we will be back. Don't know where, don't know when, but we will be back. So thank you very much for watching me and Alex at the desk, and we'll see you back in Beaglington-On-Sea hopefully very soon. It's my birthday coming up soon, and we'll hopefully have some nice news to share with you around that time as well. But who knows? So yes, that's all from Beaglington-On-Sea. You've been a wonderful audience. Don't forget you can like, comment, share and subscribe, and there's also the subscribe bubble and the playlist thing.